Good morning.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Peg.
Jolyn Dungo.
Tungo.
Dungo. I
Dungo.
did it right.
Yeah.
However, we call you Jules. That's how you are talked to, spoken to. That's how
Yes.
people know you as Jules.
Yes, yes.
Okay. That's why I haven't been able to find you. I had the wrong name. I had Jolyn.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are happy that I was able to find you and invite you to share your story with us while you're here in Adrian for a few days.
Yeah.
So let's not waste any more time, and I invite you to start. We'd like to know, where you're from, where you were born, your family dynamics, schooling,
Yes.
and how you got to be a sister, all of that, just like you did the other day when we met. Okay.
I think it's nice if we recorded that.
Yes, I know you think it is, but it's in your heart, I know. So you just start, and you're from San Fernando, Pampanga, Philippines.
Yes.
Okay, and that's where you began.
Yes.
Okay, it's all yours.
I'm Jolyn, of course, no? I'm Jolyn Dungo, known as Jules. Jules.
Jules.
So, I was raised in Mexico, San Juan, Mexico, Pampanga. Not Mexico
Okay.
City, San Juan,
Okay.
Mexico, Pampanga. I came from a small family of four. And I was educated in San Juan, Mexico, Pampanga also. So, in college, I took Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
In college.
In
Okay.
college, before I entered in the religious life, and then I work in an air freight and sea freight company.
Before you entered.
In Manila.
Okay.
So, my father died when I was 16, a month before my graduation. So
From high school?
From high school.
Okay.
So it was only my mom who raised us.
Okay.
But 2016, a year before my final profession of vows, my mother died. So my religious vocation started when I was 5.
When you
5
were
years old.
5.
5 years old. I saw two sisters walking down on our street, and then
What did they look like? What did they have on?
they are wearing white habit,
Okay.
full habit. And then when I saw them, actually I do not know even now who were those sisters. And
But something happened when you saw them.
yeah,
Okay.
something happened when I saw them. Then I said, when I grow up, I wanted to be like them. Imagine, 5 years old.
Right.
And then I remember when I was in grade 2, second grade, and my teacher asked me what do I want when I grow up, and then I said I want to become a sister.
Oh, my word. Okay.
And then when I was in high school, I was introduced to the Benedictine Sisters, and then
They taught you?
they taught me the Benedictine way, of course. And then the desire to become a sister during that time when I was in high school ignited. But when my father died when I was 16, that desire waned. So it's
Oh.
gone. So
Did your father know you wanted
yeah,
to be a sister? Okay.
my father's. I asked my father if I can enter to religious life, but my father said you have to finish first your studies, so that if ever you will not continue, you will
Got it.
have this. You will have education, so
True.
you can work anywhere you want. So
Wise
that's the
man.
deal.
Wise
That
man.
was the deal during that
The
time.
deal.
Yeah, but of course it happened. So my desire to religious life waned. So, but while in Manila, after graduation, I work in Manila. But something happened in the company, or in the office. So I left the office, and then I returned serving in the church.
You resigned
I resigned
because of an incident.
because of
Okay.
the incident.
Okay.
And then I returned in our place, and then I started to serve the church. I mean, yeah. And I was, during that time, I was the, what do you call this, advisor for the children of Mary Immaculate. And at the same time, I was a catechist.
Okay.
So there was this incident in the room of one of the third grade student asked me if I wanted to become a sister. And then I said, me? Oh, no way. If I will enter the religious life or the convent, all the sisters will leave the convent.
Would leave the convent.
Yeah.
That's what you thought about
That's what I
yourself.
thought. Because it never, I mean, never ever came to my mind to enter again or to entertain that thought of entering religious life.
A third grader.
A third grader, that was the turning point. It was only him. But of course,
It's interesting how you listen to him.
yeah, I listened to that third grader.
Right.
And then I explored the idea, and for the sake of, what if God is really calling me to this life, to religious life? And then I had this friend in high school who happened also a friend of one of the Dominican sisters, a vocation directress from the Congregation of Remedies that time. She was Sister Arsenia Puno.
Oh, okay.
She was our Sister Arsenia Puno. But during that time, I don't want to become a Dominican for no reason, because I was exposed to the Benedictine
Benedictines.
sisters.
They must have made a great impression on you.
Yeah. And then, but little did I know that I met two Dominicans in my high school days. They were Sister Zenaida Nakpil, the first that I met.
Zenaida.
And Sister Zenaida asked us before if what habit do we want? The long skirt or the short skirt? The long skirt is the skirt or the full habit of the Benedictine. And the short skirt is the habit of the Dominicans. I just smiled on her, and then she said, "Oh, you're just too young for that."
But isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and then I also met Sister Victoria Chancoco that time.
We just did her story.
Victoria Chancoco. Sister Victoria is amazing woman during that time, and even until now. No?
Right.
And then, going back to my religious story. So, during that time, I met my high school, like what I said, high school, call this high school friend, and then she gave me the number of the vocation directress. And then, when I was there, I texted the sister, "Sister, I want to become a sister." I didn't know that she was a Dominican.
Oh.
And then, when I was there already for the search-in, she said, "Oh, my dear, welcome to the Dominican Sisters, blah, blah, blah." Then I said, "Oh, my God, you're a Dominican." Yes, yes. I don't want to become a Dominican sister. That's the story. And then, but I
You
pursued.
spoke from the heart.
Yeah, then I continued. So I underwent the searching and all the processes before the postulancy. And then I saw in the mural, because the old mother house, they have this mural. We have this mural. And then I saw the two sisters whom I met when I was in high school. Then I said, I remember her. And I remember this sister. So it's just a realization that those two sisters led me to the Dominican, prepared me to become a Dominican sister. So that's the story. And then I joined and then after the search-in or after the search-in and prayer, etc., the vocation directress that time asked me if, I think it was Sister Jenny that time, and then asked me if I am willing to wait for the other candidate.
Okay.
And then I waited for her. She was Sister Antoinette Lumbang.
Oh, right.
And then we entered
Nettie.
together. It's Nettie. So we entered together
Okay.
on May 2008. So we entered together from aspirancy to postulancy until final profession of vows. Even until now, we are together in the not in the community, but in the chapter.
Got it. Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful.
when speaking to, so that's the story of my religious
And then from
journey.
there,
From there, I was assigned with regards to my ministry. My first assignment was in the canteen, school canteen. I don't know.
was in the school what?
School canteen.
Canteen. Okay.
So I don't know what to do in the canteen. Then I realized I have gift in managing the canteen.
Good.
So,
That's important.
That's a surprise. And then and then 2011 or 2012, I was assigned with the indigenous peoples in Villa Maria, and then I stayed there for 6 years. So it was a very transformative ministry, mission. We have two communities in Villa Maria. Villa Maria is a little progressive communities of the Aita. And then during that time, we also have the Barangay Diaz, the old Barangay Diaz. In the old Barangay Diaz,
What's Brangadillas mean?
Barangay Diaz, it's also a community of the Aitas.
Okay. What's
So,
the ITAS? That's A.
AETA.
Oh.
AETA.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Aitas.
ITAS.
So, the Aita, the Aeta.
The
So,
Aeta.
the Aeta. So, from there, in Barangay Diaz, you have to walk at least 3 or 4 hours going up in the, to go, to it, once you visit the place. So, I stayed there from Monday to Friday, and then go down because and then because I have school, so I have a class on Saturday because Sister Zenaida sent me to school to take social work.
Okay.
Actually, the reason why I took social work, not because I want to become a social worker during that time when I was in the mountain, but because I want to have an outlet. Yeah, because it was really a difficult life in the mountain, especially in Barangay Diaz, because we have no electricity, we have no source of water actually, and at the same time, life is so difficult. We are far from everything. So we usually do the catechetical, we give catechetical instructions to the young children with and literacy, numeracy.
Wonderful.
We also have this school base both in Villa Maria and Diaz, the school-based feeding program. So that's the work in the mountain. And then actually that ministry with the indigenous people helped me to appreciate what I have in life and appreciate my own vocation as religious, and at the same time to appreciate the people around me and
Wonderful.
to embrace their culture, to appreciate everything about them. They taught me the simplicity of life, the importance of knowing or differentiating our needs and our wants. So that ministry also,
How long were you in that
I
ministry?
was I have 6 years, from 2012 to 2018, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that ministry also led me to apply for final profession of vows. Because it helped me a lot, no? And at the same time, it also helped me to realize that this life is the life that I wanted to live for the rest of my life.
Wonderful.
So that's
Gift.
yeah, that's the blessing of being in the mountain. It was a difficult life, but of course, there's something in there. There was something in there that I think God wants me to discover. No, I know our life is not. It's not a bed of roses. No.
You used an expression the other day.
Yeah, yeah. It's not really a bed of roses, and being in the mountains is not a bed of roses.
What was it?
Oh my God! Our life is a life that is full of thorns.
Thorns. That was very
Yeah.
interesting
It was
imagery.
full of thorns, and at the same time, though it's a fulfilling life, and it was really a full of thorns. It's up to you how to navigate this life. We need a lot
Any
of
life.
any life, of course. No, we need a lot of prayer, a lot of grace, a lot of patience. We need to be in good relationship with our community, in good relationship with the workers our workers, the people we deal with, the people we live with, and everything. We need to be in relationship, in a good relationship.
What or who walks with you, just image-wise, that keeps you being so positive in the various places that you find yourself? You know, that helped you maneuver around those thorns, that helped you when things were tough.
During the time of Sister Zenaida, she always reminded us, or she always reminds me about our life. She always said that, Jules, our life is very challenging. Our life is so difficult, no? But make it easier, no? Don't make it more difficult.
Oh,
No, don't make it more difficult, because as you go along, you will discover that this is, though it's a full of thorns, it's difficult, you will see that God is also walking with you.
good.
Don't forget that. She always if you can make life easier for other people, do it. Don't make life miserable for others.
So you live that.
I live that.
Yes.
I live that. I live, and it keep on until now. No, that's a guiding post for me.
What scripture saying has been your friend as you've taken this walk within your congregation and has gotten you through some of those thorny days, thorny years?
I like the passage from Jeremiah, Prophet Jeremiah, chapter 29, chapter 29, verse 11 to 13. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. You come and call and pray to me, and I will listen to you. And you seek me, and you will find me. And when you seek me, and you will find me, you will seek me with all your heart. So that's actually the passage, because this passage really emphasizes God's desire for us to seek Him wholeheartedly. And at the same time, God's plan is a perfect plan, no? And the assurance of God that He will never abandon us. Especially, He will never abandon those He called to live this kind of life. So, although our life is difficult, but it's a fulfilling life. I discover, because I also work with the street children.
Right, I wanted you to talk about that. The street children.
I also work with, we call them children in street situation. It means they have families, but they prefer to work on the street to help their families.
Got it. So they have a family and they have a home, but they choose to live on the street to get, and what do they do?
To get some money.
They work.
To earn a little money.
Okay.
For their families. And at the same time, I also work as medical social worker in one of the hospital in Pampanga, which is the St. Catherine of Alexandria Hospital.
Okay.
So, as medical social worker, we assist those patients who have no resources to pay their hospital bills. And at the same time, we also give, we call this, we also assist and counsel. We also give counseling to those patients or family of patients, especially during difficult times. So that's what we do in the hospital. So from mountain to street kids to hospital, actually, it molded me, it transformed me to become more human in all aspects of my life.
Very good.
Actually, religious life, now I realize, religious life is a life that makes us more human.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, make us more human. Though not all have this what do you call this vocation. We are fortunate, not because we are the perfect one, not because we are the intelligent one, no, but because God is giving us the grace for us to become more human in all aspects of our life, so that we can be more human to all those people entrusted to our care. So that's the thing, no? And
you are very human.
I think so. And striving to become more human. Yeah, really. Yeah. So it's not. I think I love this life.
I think you do. You exude it.
Yeah.
You can feel
Yeah,
it.
I love this life, you know. Even though my mom doesn't want me to enter religious life before.
Well, you were her only daughter,
Yeah.
and yes.
I remember she cried a lot that time.
She loved you. She
Yeah,
didn't want.
but during those times that I am experiencing difficulties and wanted to leave the congregation or religious life, one thing that she said, you know, Jules, you have to be responsible in all your decision. If you cannot do that, if you can't be responsible now, how can you be more responsible to other decisions that you will make in your life? So I think that's basically the things that I've learned from my mother.
Wonderful. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful lesson.
Yeah,
Very
because my mom
important.
is a very good mom. It's a beautiful mom. She has a beautiful soul. Oh yeah, I miss my mom, especially during those times that I have this final profession of vows. A year before my final profession of vows, my mother died. No, so it was actually of course, it was sad. No, because I also lost my father when I was 16, and then after final profession of vows, before my final
Right.
profession of vows, my mother passed away. But what is good about that my mother witnessed my first profession of vows, and I think she always said, share this to people. I am a widow, but I am lucky because God called my daughter to become a sister.
Wow.
And I think I did something good in my life for offering my only daughter in service,
Beautiful.
in service to other people and to God.
Wonderful.
I will not forget that.
And you're living that.
And I am living
You became
that.
very much a part of that.
And sometimes when life becomes a little bit challenging, I always remember my mother. Oh my God. I always remember my mother and the things that she taught me, and how proud she was that she has this daughter serving people in this through the religious life. How proud she was that God, even though she was a widow, her daughter was called to become a sister.
And here her daughter sits
And
with us,
yes.
telling her story. And she certainly was a very important mentor and made a big impression on who you are at this point.
Yes.
And who we are at this. And a lot of people have touched you deeply, and you've listened. I mean, it's obvious in how you responded. Now, I know you're going to hate to hear this, but we have to draw this to a close. And maybe another time when you come back, we can do another session leaving, where we left off today.
Sure.
But thank you for your willingness and your joy and wanting to do this.
Yeah, I don't want to do this peg, my God. No?
But again, you've listened and you've got a tremendous story and a depth that is just awesome. And so in the name of all the Adrian Dominican Sisters, and I suppose the Benedictines too, they kind of molded you too. Thank you for being who you are.
Thank you.
And
Welcome.
especially a special gratitude to your mother.
Sure.
And your father. He was
Of
important
course.
too.
Yeah.
So with that, we say, how do you say goodbye in your language?
Salamat
Salamat.
at paalam.
Palam.
Okay?
Okay. Until we meet again. Thank you.
I told you I will not forget you.